All right, let's take care of the footer now. This is the last part of this. We're going to remove all of the footer information and just copy and paste left column and change that to footer. Hit save, go back over to our site. Of course, now we have the footer information from Joomla. Copyright 2010 red tie. Now this is the standard Joomla footer content. Let's say I really don't like that and I really don't want Joomla stuff in there. Let me go ahead and show you just a couple of ways that you can create your own footers really easily. Out of the box, Joomla doesn't support PHP in a module or in an article. So let's do a couple of different things here. Let's change this to my footer. And then I'm going to add some PHP in here to give the copyright information. Let's align the paragraph center. Ampersand copy semicolon is the little copyright symbol. This gives us the name of the site name. So again, for flexibility, you shouldn't just type the name of the site in here. You can actually put the site name in. And then another PHP command here, echo date, quote, capital Y, close quote, semicolon, close out PHP. That's a quick little simple command that just gives the date, the current year. I don't know if you've ever been to a website where the copyright date is 2005 and it's 2010, but this will prevent that from ever happening. The other thing you can do is just simply do this. Let's say your website started in 2000. It did start in 2005. So you can do 2005 dash quote and then a dot. And what that does is it tells PHP to go ahead and append that second part to the first echo. So now when we hit save and go over to the front page of our site, the footer is gone because my footer doesn't exist yet. But we have a copyright red tie. Whoops, we've missed a space here, so let's go back and fix that. Copyright red tie 2005 to 2010. Let's just say all rights reserved. And you have a footer. Now, there is a great extension called PHP mod, and then you can add PHP to your module positions. That way you don't have to actually edit your template. But in case you don't want to mess with that, that's a very simple thing that you can now just copy and paste into the bottom of your template, and it will work everywhere. You just have to change that 2005 to whatever you want, or eliminate that completely. Just have the space in there, and then you'll have the current year. And on January the 1st, 2011, it will say 2011. Now, if we want to put something in my footer, not a problem. Let's go ahead and save that file. Let's go over to Site Administration again, Module Positions. Let's go to Custom Modules. And we can click New, Custom Module. Just call it My Footer because, again, we're not going to show the title. Put it in My Footer. And you can put in anything you want here, whether it be an image. This is my great new footer. Hit save, go over to the front, and you'll notice this is my great new footer, and I had added another paragraph tag there, and you have your footer information. Now from here we can start to play with the CSS and get it the way we want. So why don't we just do that? It's not actually part of the exercise in the PDF, but you know what? Let's just have some fun for a minute. Let's open the CSS. The first thing, I hate boxes around my images. So let's take care of that right away. I usually start editing a CSS file that's already built for me at the bottom so I know where everything is. IMG tag, again you already know this, border is what? None. So I hit save, hit refresh, and now those borders are gone from around those images. Let's change the text, the body text, to black, because this is kind of hard to read. So let's go over to our CSS again. The body has no color to it. The body text has a number 666. Let's just change that to 000. Hit refresh, and now our body text is in black. Let's take the underline off of our links. Leave them blue. Let's keep it easy for people. but we really don't want them being underlined. Now again, we have no CSS in this yet that governs our underline, so A, text decoration, none. But A, hover, text decoration, underline. Now what this is going to do is it's going to remove the underlines from all of the links, but when I hover over it, it's going to underline it for me. Now that's across the board. Let's say I wanted these links to appear in red instead of blue. Well, a couple of things we need to do here. Let's just take a look and inspect our element real quickly. We have a div class equals gray panel here. So doing this is actually really simple because it's already in a class. Let's go over to our CSS and create a new class called gray panel A, and let's go color red. And so you now see that the color of our links in the gray panel are red. We haven't defined the font here. And that's one of my pet peeves too. You really need to have proper fonts on this page. Let's change that font to something else for now. Let's go back up to gray panel because we already have a gray panel CSS area. And let's say font family is Tahoma Sans Serif. That will make it the same font as the rest of the site. And we've got a lot of padding here. Let's take a look at this and see what's going on and why this is so padded. Okay, so we have some padding on the inside and a margin as well. If we take that margin, we can see what that does. If we take that padding out, we can see what that does. So let's get rid of some of that space at the top. Go to line 20. Now padding 10 is all around. So let's go padding 0 and 10. And you'll notice that the padding at the top went away. That's looking a little bit better. Yeah, that text is pretty small. Let's just bump that up a little bit. Now, the only reason I'm going through this process is because honestly, this is what I do when I create templates. I play and play and play until I get it right. In this case, let's go 0.9 EM, hit refresh, and that gives us a little bit better, but you know what? That's kind of big. And it also messed up our company information area. So let's fix that right away as well. So again, we know that this is in its own element. Oh, wait a minute, it's not. Well, yes it is. It's in top header. So let's go over to line 11. Top header, float right, width, color, position, add a semicolon there, and go font size 0.7 EM. That puts it back down to the small font. And now we have our company information fitting just nicely. It doesn't affect anything else because these are links. And our site is starting to look, you know what, pretty good. Well, that's it for this section. There's a ton more we could talk about. You now have the tools to go ahead and play. There are 2 other templates that you can download, and I'd encourage you to try those as well.